Welcome to NISA Now. We've got our midweek matchup, the SoCal Derby. Cal United Strikers taking on LA Force at home. Would be a good matchup between these two. It's very wide open, lots of fun times. Looks like well over 1,000 people there in attendance, though we don't have official match numbers. But definitely by the end of the match, we saw a much more robust crowd than we've seen for them. Let's get kicked off. As I mentioned, super wide open, ball pinging around, lots of chances in this match. And one of the things that we keep hammering on the Nights Who Say NISA podcast, which I always suggest you check out, is why do we not see more of Christian Chaney? And look at this. Christian Chaney, two guys on him, muscles in and says, I'll take the shot anyway. Unfortunately, didn't score, but you know what? There may be a chance coming up here. It's called foreshadowing, kids. Foreshadowing. Ball moving around here. Look at the opportunity. Ball comes in at Chaney. Look at that shot. 1-0 to the visiting LA Force. Shushing all those fans. Look at that. Man, Chaney's a man. That is a big dude. He is not messing around. Nice to see him get on the scoring sheet. Of course, not if you're a Cal United Strikers fan. We get all the way to the end of regular time. LA Force's lead has held 1-0. They had to think they were about to get out of the SoCal Derby with an away win, but they're also LA Force. They love a good draw, right? Dancing, prancing, crossing, and scoring. That is how it gets done. The equalizer for the captain, Aiden Bowers, in the 91st minute. Talk about giving your fans their money worth. Cal United 2-3-1, LA Force 2-4-0. The only other team that's completely undefeated so far this fall season. Oh yeah, that's right, Detroit City. Let's get to Detroit. We've got a matchup here. Not your grandpa's New Amsterdam FC coming to town to face off against the home side Detroit City. It's an afternoon match on Saturday, which is an interesting feel for the very adult-themed NGS celebrations. You know, why not? Let's do it in the afternoon, too. We're all adults here. Of course, Detroit City coming off the road win in Chattanooga last weekend. The question is, what can New Amsterdam get done against an undefeated Detroit City, which has rarely been challenged this season so far? Yes, New Amsterdam have looked dangerous at times. The question is, what are we going to get out of this matchup against a much more accomplished, much more consistent side in Detroit City? Here we go. And what match in Detroit would we show without, of course, including the gratuitous smoke shot at Keyworth Stadium? It's part of what, makes people love it so much. But early on, lots of chances for New Amsterdam. They look good. Here they steal the ball, get it forward, and again, surprising against a Detroit City defensive line, which just doesn't let these things happen. Look at this beautiful pass through. Shavon John Brown with the early goal. 5 minutes in, he is pumped. You know, one thing that they always say in Detroit is that they're always going to get the visitors' best game, and they got it here. 5 minutes later, set piece for Detroit City, about 10 yards outside of the box. The cross in, cleared expertly by New Amsterdam. Great play, and of course, we know how much Detroit City capitalizes off set pieces, but the clearance, of course, gives a corner kick for Detroit City, and they have used these throughout the season to get things done. The big heads up front, the tall guys, they're always up there and ready, and the crosses always come in, and here is another one. The captain, Stephen Carroll, rises up, slots it home. There goes that New Amsterdam lead, gone for good. The NGS faithful excited, and they should be. This is what Detroit City does. They don't get scared. They don't get freaked out. They get it done. But for all the fight in Detroit City, New Amsterdam brought the same energy. Never thought I'd say that. New Amsterdam going direct. This is 30 minutes in. plays the ball in, crosses over. Excellent chance up front. It would take a save by Steinwasser. Went full horizontal to make the stop. He's the best in the game. He always shows it. There he is, the Stein Monster in goal. Keeping the ball alive, 1-1 still, late in the second half, 75th minute. This is a dogfight over here, but the ball stays in, crosses in into Connor Rutz, who shoots, it's blocked, and he goes, I'll take the bike. Look at that. You saw it on SportsCenter. You see it here. Connor Rutz with the winner, 75th minute. Nobody can believe it except the Detroit City fans. They knew it was coming. 5-1-0 for Detroit City. New Amsterdam sitting at 2-1-3. It was a close match. It was a fun match. I think it lived up to its billing. From the consistency of Detroit City, we go to a club that has struggled a bit with consistency. It's a club that we had a lot of hope going into the fall season. It's not over yet. There's still many matches to play. Stumptown AC, based in Matthews, North Carolina, facing off against the visiting Maryland Bobcats, another team that is trying to get consistency from match to match, has shown flashes of brilliance, both of these clubs. Last week, these two teams played, ended in a 1-1 draw. So what did we learn? What did we bring into this match? What were the lessons that we took that's going to make us be successful in this upcoming matchup? 21 minutes in, Maryland threatening, but looks like Stumptown has snuffed it out, but not so quick. Love the dogfight going over here in the corner, pushing, shoving, getting the ball, and getting taken down. Come on now. That's just rough stuff. You ain't got to be like that. Let's be friends. Come on, we're in the same league. We're struggling professionals here. But free kick right outside the box, set up for maybe, just maybe, one of those headers that Maryland succeeds in getting with those big bodies up front. Now, what follows here might be one of the longest, most deliberate setups I've ever seen for a free kick. So we have the adjustment of the placement of the ball. Apparently that 2 feet was going to make the difference. Then the referee paces off. I mean, really taking his time there. Even, look at this. I love the Stumptown players. Just like, are we really doing this? Finally set up for this play. Is this all going to pay off? And it does. Richard Forca there on the backside, puts it in. Keeper is playing too deep and goes past him into the net. But could Maryland hold on to this lead into the second half? Stumptown with the free kick, a bit farther out than maybe you'd expect. That would be very threatening. But Stumptown going to take the chance. The shot crossed in. Looks like it may have a chance, but headed over. And it would be like that for the rest of the second half. Chances for both sides, neither one able to get a goal, either for Maryland to put this thing away or for Stumptown to challenge. Here's another chance, but it was nothing but futility for Stumptown AC. No matter how threatening they looked, no matter how well the passes were coming off, the shots were always just short, over the top, or right at the keeper like this beauty. Going nowhere. The match ends 1-0 for Maryland. The visiting side is at 2-2-2 for the season, while Stumptown at 1-3-3. We're off to LA, who are facing Chattanooga. LA, of course, played the midweek match, and now they're hosting the visiting Chattanooga Blues. Now, this is a corner kick. You might not be able to guess that by the camera angle. I don't pick the angles. I work with what I'm giving, but this is a corner. Cheney goes up, and you know I think he's the dangerous one here, but nothing doing. This was the type of match where if your name's not Diego, you're not scoring a goal. I think Christian Cheney will take the result. We'll get to that. Ball moving up the left-hand side. Really slick movement by LA Force. I mean, just constantly like pinging the ball back and forth. Smart passing, nice leads. This might be the best cross I've seen all season long. On the head of Diego Bonetta, who punches it in. LA forced the home side up 1-0, 24 minutes not hold. The throw-in for CFC just 4 minutes later. Now, maybe CFC saw the Detroit City replay, but the ball's cleared out and it gets crossed back into the box, and there's an attempt at a bicycle, which is less than successful, but Sean Hofstadter says, I'll lower the degree of difficulty and score the goal. CFC with the equalizer 30 minutes into this match. It was going to be a dogfight. That 1-1 draw would hold into the second half, but look at this beautiful play. Christian Chaney, you know I think he's dangerous. Short, tiny cross in. It sort of bounces around. No one jumps on it, but Diego Beretta says, I'll take it. 2-1 LA Force at the 71st minute. Getting it done. Diego Beretta with a brace. Makes you wonder, is there a hat in his future? I don't know. Speaking of, Beretta on the attack. Looks like he's got a chance. And the keeper, Nicholas Nelson for Chattanooga, comes out, takes out his legs, and a yellow is given. And so that means we've got a penalty kick. Now, you would have thought that considering Diego Beretta was on a brace and working towards a hat, he'd get a chance here. No. Diego Casillas takes the penalty, slots it in. 3-1 LA Force. Chattanooga continues to struggle. 2-0-4 on the season, while LA Force continues their undefeated run, 3-4-0 so far this season. Now, if I told you we were going to have a shootout, I don't know that you would have predicted that match would be Michigan Stars hosting OT4, but here we go, 4 minutes into the match. We're just getting started. It is just getting started. This goal, absolute beauty here. Slips it up the left-hand side, looking threatening. That's what they're doing. You know that they want to score early, and look at that. That is absolute beauty. Alexander Satrastigi putting it home 4 minutes into this match, and you would think, oh, Stars, they're going to camp back. They're going to hold on to this thing. Well, maybe. OT4 would come back for a goal here. Matthew Herlo Panessa puts it in the corner. Beautiful. Beating Mikruva, not what you normally see when you see the Stars play. 43 minutes in, Stars are on the attack, looking to counterpunch after losing their lead. Again, Stars typically defensive, taking advantage of opportunities, and they would here. The Stars were really lively with the ball. I mean, dancing, prancing. You expect that from Yunchai and Newell, but in this case, it was everyone. And here he is. Speak of the devil, Stephen Yunchai pushes over the defender and punches the ball into the corner. Don't like that celebration. Not a bit. Let's move on. Into the second half, score still sitting at 2-1, and you typically of your Stars, you'd expect them to be in a much more defensive shape, but why? If OT4 is going to give them this kind of space in the back line, look at this beautiful pass, slip forward to Leon Merrick. He has been an amazing addition for the Stars. The big man up front, he's been a revelation for the Stars, carrying them. Look at him, he is carrying them. We are on 78th minute. Stars now leading 3-1. Why not? Maybe look for another goal, and there it is. The man who facilitated the last one, Eddie Muhan, scores his own goal. Now we're up 4-1. You might say, Dan, isn't the scoring over? 4-1? Make it stop. Throw in the towel. Give me the Rocky meme at this point. And I say, no, I want more. This pass, OT4 moving into the box. And of course, Michigan Stars with the aggressive play takes him down in the box. And yeah, why not? Why don't we close this thing out with a penalty? The PK would go to Ashkanov Apollon, which might be my new favorite name in all of NISA. He steps up, slots it home. Mikruva guesses right, but not enough to stop it, and that would end the match. 4-2. Just don't expect it sometimes. San Diego OT4 now 2-0-4, while Michigan Stars sit at 2-3-0. win 2. It was a dogfight. It was a fun match to watch, and you can't always say that about Stars matches. Final match of the weekend, Cal United Strikers hosting Chicago House AC. Chicago House looking for their second win on the road, not likely. Ball's threaded forward to Christian Tierjung, the big man up front, who puts it home. 1-0, rolling in the grass, punching flags. You know how you do it in Southern California. Christian Tierjung looking good against the House. And House did look threatening at times. It was just that final connective piece. If it was the shot, if it was the last pass, Chicago House just struggled. Morris with the free kick from a threatening position, and it's slightly wide and slightly high. That was the story of Chicago House all night. There's a great chance from Cal United Strikers, but again, cleared out, pushed out, and it would come back again, recycle. Cal United looked threatening all match, but could not get a second goal, but it wouldn't matter. They got the job done with a single goal from Christian Tierjung. 1-0 Cal United Strikers, 3-1, just a single loss so far, while Chicago House AC is sitting at 1-4. Certainly not the start they were hoping for in their inaugural season. Let's take a quick look at the current standings. As you might have guessed, Detroit City sitting on top with 16 points. Los Angeles Force keeping pace at 13. Cal United Strikers holding up their part of the Southern California guarantee at 12 points. And then from there, Stars, Bobcats, New Amsterdam, Chattanooga, Stumptown, Ot 4, and finally Chicago House rounding out the NISA fall table. Let's check out the Soccer Almanac. Stat of the week, Golden Boot leaders at week 7. Omar Nuno from Cal United Strikers, Diego Barrera, Minje Kwak, and then Mayele Malongo rounds out the top 4. Everyone else, there's a host of people at 2. That's your Soccer Almanac stat of the week. If you're not following Soccer Almanac on Twitter, better get with it, people. They know their stuff. Lots of fun stuff about NISA. That's it for this episode of NISA Now. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. All the NISA action from the weekend put together, packaged together. If it's not on SportsCenter, it's on NISA Now.